everybody, this is Ostuni, and this is Mirage Prime Access time. Not bragging or anything like that, I'm in a much better position now, and I'm able to actually do things like this a lot more often, so I think for the foreseeable future, I will be pretty much picking up the Prime Accesses and reviewing them for you, and basically giving you the lowdown on not only the Warframe, not only the weapons, but also the accessories, because I know that Fashion Frame is in-game, and you guys really care about if it's really worth to get the attachments or not. So, first off, we'll discuss exactly that. The attachments for this particular... Why is she standing like that? Hold on. And appearance. Okay. So, the attachments, in my opinion, on this one, are actually kind of a mixed bag. Because if you look at the attachments here, and just to give you an idea on what you're looking for right here, they are the Atavist Prime pieces. So the Atavist Prime set, and dang, the Syandana's going all over the place. And I'll get to that in a second, but the Atavist is definitely, I believe, personally, the highlight of the Prime Accessory Pack, even though it does come with the Syandana. Like I said, I'll get to that. I'll get to it. Because it's kind of like the, let's see. It's kind of like, I'm just making sure I got the name right. The Targus Prime Armor Set. Because it is an armor set that can go with a lot of different warframes and a lot of different styles. It is very versatile. I think it's definitely worth it if you're looking for a prime armor set for Fashion Frame. It'll go pretty much on anything, and I'll show you the effects of it, the visual effects whenever you're channeling it here in a minute whenever we actually get into the gameplay, so don't worry about that. Now, I want to talk about the Syandana. The Syandana, I'm not too hyped on it, but there is something to it, though. This is the Abbera Prime Syandana, and as you can see, like, it's got a lot of the Prime Armor Set kind of influenced up top, but then you got, like, all of this down below, and it looks more organic, or, well, like, it's kind of weird for me to say this, but lumpy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I can actually see this working with a great number of warframes. Like, I think this would go good on, like, Sparring Prime, or even Nidus would be a pretty good choice. Just because, like, it kind of has that organic kind of look to it. Like, right up in here, if you can see where my cursor is. Just all this part from here down, like, looks really organic. So overall, I think that that is, like, the armor set is great. The Syandana is a little bit more niche. If you like playing as, like, Sparring Prime or Nidus or another warframe that has, like, a lot of lumps and bumps to it, the Syandana will work great for that too. But now let's get to the meat and cheese here. First of all, after the name of Mirage Prime Access, this is Mirage Prime herself. I really like the route that the devs have actually taken now, because it looks like from the past couple of warframes, it seems like the helmet winds up being a combination of all three of the in-game helmets that you can obtain for the warframe, with some prime gilding on top of it. So they definitely nailed that down. I can see aspects of all three of Mirage's in-game helmets in this, along with, like I said, the gold trim and everything like that from a usual Prime. But let me show you what I have as far as stats go. And something else to note: all these weapons and Mirage Prime herself, this is from one leveling, and everything is potatoed. Nothing has been formed yet. I thought it would be nice to kind of let you guys know how good it is right off the bat whenever you get everything to where you need it to do with not even one forma.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Well, thank you, Ortis. So basically, I went for a a build that's very typical of me. I do like shields and everything like that, and I think that Mirage Prime didn't really have enough armor to really compensate. That's just my opinion on the matter. You guys may have a different opinion as far as health versus shield or armor and everything like that, but this is just my build, not the best. But to give you an idea on how much space you have, I got Energy Siphon in there, got Redirection in there, got Intensify. Actually, hold on, watch this. And now I maximize that out, so I got 2 extra capacity with all this. So Energy Siphon for my aura. I got Redirection. Energy Conversion, I think that's going to be a pretty good mod to do, which will increase the ability that I cast next by 50% whenever I pick up an energy orb. So that could translate into a great number of really cool effects and everything like that. Got Primed Vigor on there, and actually I think I can, let's see, ooh, I can have another 2 capacity in there. So 4 capacity total is what I have left. So still not enough to really fill up that Exilus slot, but good to know that you may only need to put 1 forma in here to utilize that. Probably on your other health, shield, or armor mod. I got Intensify, Hall of Malevolence. I really like that one. I really like creating a bullet hail with Mirage. I think that that's really fun. And then I have Continuity for ability duration to keep her doppelgangers up and going. Alright, so next, this is actually a little bit of a bonus weapon. I'll get to that in a little bit, but I'll get to the next weapon. This is actually a weapon I've had a lot of fun with from the pack, and that is the Akbolto Prime. It is a pair of really nice dual pistols, and it actually has something a little bit different to it too, as far as an actual mechanic when it comes to the Boltor sets of weapons. I think you guys might like what I have to say about it. And some of you guys may be all like, well, no, duh. But I found it interesting. So this is what I got off of 1 leveling with a potato, 6 capacity left. So if you have any more powerful mods, or if you can get a Riven in there, you might just be able to squeeze that all in there, maybe with 1 additional forma. But I loaded it up without, you know, a actual Riven or anything like that. But let's get to it. Got Argor Impact for 90 damage, got Hornet Strike for that base 220%, Lethal Torrent, and here's the thing, Prime Pistol Gambit. This is something that's really interesting that I noticed, is that right now it's sitting at a 91.1% crit chance. That is pretty impressive. Now I could be wrong, but I don't even think that the Lex Prime, the Aklex Prime, gets that high up in crit chance, which is really surprising, which means, and this is a non-completed ranked up Prime Pistol Gambit, so hypothetically by the time I get that all the way leveled up, it should be at 100% critical chance for a sidearm, and I don't think I've ever seen that before, honestly. And I don't know of a lot of weapons that can actually even do that, if there is even another sidearm that can really do that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And something else that's kind of interesting too is that with 3 of the dual stat mods on here, I actually got to 75.2% crit chance, which isn't really bad, especially when you consider the fact that I've got both Lethal Torrent and the last mod Barrel Diffusion on there, which means I'm going to be spraying out more bullets per shot, which means I have more of a chance to actually not only crit. Space Mom, I'm trying to talk to my friend Space Mom, but you also have more of a chance to proc those statuses, whichever they may be. As you can see, I've got Corrosive and Heat on there, because I usually go Corrosive and Blast, but then again, since most of us spend a lot of time in the plains of Eidolon, we wind up going there a lot, so we needed that Corrosive to take down some Grineer. Now, the last weapon was a very interesting one, and one that I it's really weird because I really like it on paper, but I've just added in another mod right before recording this, so maybe I'm going to like it a lot more, and you'll see why. This is the Kogake Prime. I may have named that wrong, or pronounced that wrong, I should say. It's very interesting because I really wanted a better sparring weapon, like a straight up just awesome sparring type weapon, because I do like the concept of just like you have all these swords and everything like that. Well, what happened to just going out punching and kicking stuff, being all like, I'm not finished with you? If anybody gets that reference, I'm a Braun Strowman fan. But I'm going to show you how I upgraded this and what I got. So, of course, melee weapons are going to have a lot of capacity probably left over just because of the fact that you got your stance in there and everything like that. So take that however you want. You may be able to squeeze some more out of this. But I got 12 capacity left over. It'd be kind of hard for me to do that. But here's the thing, though. 16% crit chance I feel is enough to warrant putting on Berserker. It's enough to get it to proc consistently enough to where you'll eventually get to that 75% increase. So yeah. Next we got 4, or actually, do we have 4? Yeah, we do. 4 dual stat mods. I got the combination of Blast and Corrosive. Now here's the cool part. 100% status chance, which means that because of that, we can actually put Condition Overload on there, and we're getting 60% minimum melee damage just while we're out and about using this weapon. So, pretty much, like, exponential damage increase. Then, on top of all that, you got your Prime Point Strike for all damage, and then I have Prime Heavy Trauma for its primary damage, which is Impact. So I like Impact. I know that there's a lot more technical aspects to like damage types and everything like that. But I do like Impact. I know that Puncture and Slash, I think, do a little bit more against everything, but then again, I've never really had a problem with Impact weapons. So that's my opinion on that. So, by the way, in case you were wondering which kind of colors I am using for everything, let me get a little bit better view. Oh, okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys also the Baza. Real quick, I'll be going to this. I don't quite have it ready yet, but it's an interesting weapon. It sits in the middle with everything. Even if you get all 4 dual stat mods on there, you're sitting at about a 60% critical chance, and with the maxed Prime, or with the next, Point Strike. There we go. You're at 65% crit chance, but I think there's a lot more to this weapon than just these numbers. But in addition to that, I have Vigilant armaments, Vigilant armaments for extra multi-shot on top of Split Chamber, which is multi-shot, and then I have Serration on there. So yeah. Now, for fashion frame's sake, for colors, if you guys want to use this kind of color scheme, for the colors, I wound up using the Halloween red right here for the primary. For the secondary, pretty simple, smoke palette all the way down the blackest black. The territory, the whitest white of smoke.
And unexpected color combination, operator.
As I'm talking about colors, Ordis is smart. He's become too smart. And then for the actual golden pieces, I use the Eximus color scheme, and I use this gold right here. I enjoy it a pretty good bit. And for energy color, even though it's already pretty default, I changed it up just a tad. Once again, Eximus color scheme, and this blue right there. So, let's go ahead and get into the mission. Sorry about that little in-depth look and everything like that, but Yeah, that's how I do things. So we're going to go into a pretty simple mission for multiple reasons, just to show you guys what kind of damage you can expect out of just average-ish situations. I think is fair. Because like some people may be at different points in the game than the other. So this is going to be interesting. Let's go to solo. Because I want to rock. Dun, da, 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 da. I want to rock. Alright, so we will go in order of, I'll show you guys me killing some people with the Akbolto, then the Kogake Prime, and then I'll show you a little bit of the Baza. But before we really get into it,
multiple enemy signatures, and they're all under the control of the tower.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys real quick the channeling effect of the Prime Armor. So, see, like I said, it's pretty universal in its appeal. It looks like it's venting out of those little gold ridges on the sides. And also it does it in the feet too. It's kind of disappointing that it doesn't do it on the chest piece though. I wonder if that's something that maybe they either were going to do and opted not to, or if it's something that they decided not to do because like it would cover up the Warframe itself. But either way, like I said, because of that channeling effect, it can be used on multiple Warframes and come up with a pretty awesome look. But now, let's go ahead and show you some Akbolto Prime killing. Bam! And gotta look. Oh, jeez. You missing a hand there, boy? Missing a hand? Probably not. But, something I wanted to show you guys that I thought was pretty interesting. Now, about the Bolto, style weapons, particularly the Akbolto and the Boltor, the bullets travel in a kind of weird way. However, with the Akbolto, I kind of realized that the bullets don't really drop off over a certain point, which is great news because, like, I love the Boltor and the Akbolto. It's just, like, sometimes you have to compensate a little bit for the bullets. But you don't really have to do that with this. There's a little bit of travel time involved, but it is fine. I don't mind it whatsoever, and it is nailing people. I think because it's puncture damage, you can actually ragdoll enemies into each other, kind of like you can with Paris and Paris Prime and all that. It's fun. Fun. So much fun. We're having fun. We're all you having fun. Very fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Here in a second, I'll have to show you guys the channeling effect of the Syandana because I don't think I've actually looked at it in depth to see if there is really a effect that happens. In which that's something that I believe kind of disappointed me too, because I think I would have noticed that there was like a significant channeling effect. Because I would have kind of been all like, yeah, look at that, or something like that, but let me get a second. Yeah, nothing even on the back. It's so weird. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get to some killing with the Kogake. Let's see. Go ahead and get into that. Like I said, I've always really liked the Sparring style weapons. They are pretty fun to use. A nice little, a nice alternative, really, in my opinion, to a lot of other weapons. Because sometimes, why wouldn't you want to just go forth and just kick the shit out of stuff as a kung fu kicking and punching master? The best tenno around. You know, while we're actually doing this, I wanted to discuss something that I actually saw that was kind of interesting. I can't remember if I saw this on Facebook or if it was somebody notable really talking about it, but opinions on Zaws, everyone. Leave them below, because here's mine, and I empathize with this person because I think it would be a really good idea. I think Zaws should be able to be used by the operator, because don't get me wrong, it's nice that we have operator weapons that are a little bit more specified, but I mean, like, it seems like we'll only use them really whenever we're going Eidolon hunting. Like, honestly, like, if you guys want to, like, tell me how you get the most out of your Eidolon and when you actually wind up using it the most. I think it would be awesome if they had Zaws, because that would be yet another facet of them that you could fully customize, you know, just like the actual amp. So I think that would be a pretty cool option. I wish I knew who I heard that from, so they could get a little bit of credit and everything, but I guess me helping put that idea into the universe is kind of a way of helping as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, and by the way, you take a look at that, there's actually a difference in the Prime Disco Ball. It's not as much of a disco ball anymore. Like, there's a lot more golden, there's a lot more golden trim to it. So let's go ahead and get doppelgangers up in here. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the Baza in case you guys are curious. Whoop, not quite. 40s. No, get out of here. You may have already seen it. This weapon has virtually no recoil. Like, whenever you go full auto, pretty much a straight line, very little shake, which is awesome. Which means that even though you only have that 65% crit chance, you are free to aim at their head without really much fear of you missing. But to be honest, it's kind of weird too, because like I can't rightfully tell you what kind of weapons this thing is really made for. Well, actually, I may have a theory on that. I think it would be really good against bigger enemies. Now, maybe not Eidolon size, because like we pretty much have our solutions to Eidolons picked out in like the Opticore and bows and everything like that, but and even then that makes it kind of weird too if you think about it, because then like if we already, this doesn't really take down Eidolons or do a nice notable stream of damage, then what is it really for?
Find extraction.
Just a weird thought. But anyway, as far as value goes with the Mirage Prime Access Bundle, to be honest, like, out of the two weapons, I have a feeling that even though I do like sparring weapons, and even though I do like the Kogake Prime, and I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit, I think what you're going to want more is the Akbolto, Prime. It's just more universally useful. And, like, it's just awesome. Like, and plus, you get a Boltor, and then you have both weapons. You have a set, it's cool, everything like that. I'm getting a little rambly, I know. But, as far as Mirage Prime goes, she does feel a bit beefier with her Prime version, able to take some more damage, especially with the shield, if you guys are fans of shields like I am. Which is good, because Mirage is one of those Warframes that I kinda avoided sometimes, because she had less survivability to her. But that's my opinion on that. But if you guys particularly are wondering about Prime accessories and everything like that, the armor set alone is worth it. And like I said, if you are fans of like a Warframe in particular with a lot of lumps and bumps, like Saren Prime or even Nidus, let's see, maybe even Ibarra technically falls in that category, I believe. She has a lot more of an organic design than a machine design. Then the Syandana could also be pretty good for you. But that's my opinion on the Prime Access. I'm just getting so lost in translation. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed all of my ramblings and everything like that. I will be back onto Warframe, hopefully doing something semi-soon, because we got a new Warframe coming down the pipe, which is it seems like it's like a Catwoman Warframe, which, don't get me wrong, like, that could be awesome. Like, I'm hoping it's awesome too, because you get a specialized little pet and everything like that. Could be really cool. But my question of the day, though, to you guys, are you guys looking forward to the Beastmaster or Catwoman style Warframe that's coming up? What do you think some of her powers might wind up being? And nah, I think I pretty much got it. What do you guys think about the Beastmaster Warframe? Do you think that she's going to be awesome? What do you think some of her other abilities are going to be besides to summon that cat and summon the whip? Do you think oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Do you think the cat is actually going to be the fourth ability? It could be interesting. Or could it be something to where, like, she has it with her at all times? That'd be kind of interesting. But then again, I think it's going to wind up being some kind of ability cast or something like that. It has to, right? Like, that's the only way it can really work and, like, be balanced. Because this,
are you enjoying the view?
Because this kitty cat is probably going to be pretty souped up compared to most Kavats, which could be good and could be bad as well. Because you got to consider, like, there's some people that have been forming the crap out of their Kavats and everything like that, and trying to get them the best they can be, and then all of a sudden here comes this Warframe that has a Kavat, like, exclusive to it, and outdoes every other Kavat. Hopefully the devs over at Warframe have kind of thought this particular aspect through, and they'll have a little bit more info on that here pretty soon. In fact, there's a dev stream coming up, so maybe we may actually get some more answers about that. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I also play other games, Xenoverse 2, Parallel Quest with mods, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. I got a little bit more Super Mario Odyssey coming. So thank you guys for watching. This is Ostuni, signing off. Yeah!